Please turn your attention to the video board for a special tribute video.
The 2024 Dallas Mavericks were fresh off an NBA Finals appearance, a moment of triumph that most franchises dream of, and a signal that the team had found the right formula. Usually in that situation, an organization does everything it can to maintain continuity. Minor tweaks? Sure, maybe a bench piece or a new development coach, but drastic, sweeping changes to a core that just made the finals? Unthinkable. Unless you're the Mavericks. What followed their championship-caliber season wasn't just a roster shakeup, it was a historic implosion. In this video, "This Was a Generational Mistake" chronicles what might be the most reckless organizational collapse in modern NBA history. It wasn't just that Dallas made a controversial trade, they unraveled their entire identity. Out of 14 players on their finals roster, only 2 remain. In essence, they hit reset on a team that was 2 wins from hoisting the Larry O'Brien trophy. But the real shock wasn't just the trade, it was what followed. Dallas's major move? Trading away Luka Doncic, a generational superstar who had been the face of the franchise since he was 19. The idea was bold. Pivot from Luka's ball-dominant style to a more balanced offense featuring Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving. Initially, the plan had some merit. Davis would anchor the defense, Kyrie would command the offense, and the Mavericks would still compete at a high level while gaining flexibility in the future. But almost immediately, everything fell apart. Incredibly, the pairing of Kyrie and Davis only shared the court for 25 minutes all season. Not 25 games, 25 minutes. That short glimpse showed promise. But what followed was a disastrous string of injuries. Davis went down first with a thigh injury, then came Daniel Gafford with an MCL sprain. PJ Washington and Jaden Hardy both sprained ankles. Dante Exum suffered a foot injury. Finally, the most crushing blow, Kyrie Irving tore his ACL and was ruled out for the remainder of the season. With 70% of their rotation sidelined, Dallas was forced to rely on two-way contracts and fringe G League players just to field a lineup. Worse, of the nearly 18,000 total minutes logged by players last season, only 10% came from players currently active on the roster. That's not just roster turnover, that's near total decimation. Irony shadowed every step of the downfall. One of the Mavericks' public justifications for trading Luka was concerns over his conditioning and long-term health. Yet, within weeks of dealing him away, the team suffered a string of injuries that decimated their roster. Meanwhile, Luka, now on the Lakers, has remained healthy, thriving, and leading a team that looks like legitimate title contenders. The Mavericks, once just a point and a half behind the Lakers in net rating before the trade, have since plummeted. Post-trade, the Lakers boast the 7th best net rating in the NBA. Dallas, 3rd worst. JXMI points out that, even without Luka for a month, Dallas was still outperforming expectations. But since his departure, not only has the team fallen apart physically and competitively, they've also cratered culturally. Players looked overworked. Kyrie, at 33, was playing more minutes per game than any player in the league, likely contributing to his ACL injury. And despite all the chaos, the Mavericks front office continued doubling down on their decisions, refusing to take responsibility for the mess they created. The sentiment among fans turned from confusion to betrayal. Even rival fans began offering condolences, with Wizards fans, the benchmark for NBA misery, expressing sympathy. The hope and hype of Luka and Kyrie taking Dallas to championship heights became a cautionary tale almost overnight. And yet, despite everything, Mavericks fans remained loyal, filling seats, supporting the team, and standing by their franchise. How did the organization reward that loyalty? By announcing an 8% increase in ticket prices. The sheer absurdity of this decision punctuates the video's central thesis. This wasn't just a bad trade, it was a generational mistake, a move that will be studied in sports management courses for years. Not only did the Mavericks trade away arguably the best player in the league, but they did so without a contingency plan, without insurance, and without respect for their fans. In the one game where the plan did work, Kyrie played brilliantly in the absence of Davis. It only highlighted how thin the margin for success really was. One injury was enough to bring the entire system crashing down. That is not the foundation of a championship team. That's a house of cards built on hope, ego, and denial. The worst part? It didn't need to happen. There was no public rift between Luka and management, no demand from the player to be traded, no indication that the team couldn't continue to compete. It was, at best, a misjudgment, and at worst, sabotage. Looking ahead, the road to recovery is unclear. Dallas no longer owns the core that made them elite. They've lost both short-term and long-term assets, and they've damaged their credibility, not just with fans, but within the league. Free agents will think twice about joining a franchise that so quickly discarded a cornerstone talent and failed to manage their replacements. The title of the video says it all. This wasn't just a mistake, it was the mistake. A generational one that will cast a shadow over the franchise for years to come. What do you think? Is this truly the worst trade in recent NBA history? Can Dallas recover from this disaster, or are they entering a full rebuild? Was Luka's departure avoidable, or was there something deeper going on behind the scenes? And if you're a Mavericks fan, how do you feel about the direction of the franchise right now? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. If you found this breakdown insightful and want more deep dives into the NBA's biggest stories, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment in basketball history as it unfolds.